Could this be it? Could it be that this is the end of the class trial? Hina admitted that she killed Sakura. That she poisoned her. That she poisoned her best friend right there in the rec room. But why do I get the feeling that there is something odd about this? It just seems unbelievable.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then...
Hold it!
Oh! Kyoko to the rescue once again. What's it gonna be, my dear? What are you thinking of? What are you thinking right now?
I'm not convinced.
Yeah, I'm surely not convinced either.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them.
Nah, this is not about friendship and all that stuff. It's just that there are some stuff that really doesn't add up. Some stuff that me and Kyoko were thinking about during the investigation.
Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Oh, getting yourself angry here, it seems, Byakuya.
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well,
what is it? How did you end up making the locked room possible? If you are truly the one who killed Sakura, and even admitted that killed Sakura, then you surely would have no problem explaining that.
that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
Yes. That means you have to tell everything you know.
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
No, I don't think so, Byakuya. Apparently you are wrong once again. Sit down, boy. Real adults are talking here.
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint?
That too. She could have just, you know, cleaned it a little bit.
It's too obvious. Too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
Yes. And before you were even admitting that you killed her, you were trying to pin it all in on the others. Like Toko, Byakuya, and Hiro.
That was... I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
Oh, you didn't notice you left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Oh, it matters. Tell us.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit.
Nope, you know what? I'm gonna tape your mouth for the rest of the class trial. Your job here is done, my friend. Here, have some Scooby snack for later.
There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to section C and got the poison.
Yes.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them.
The question is, how did you switch them?
Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room.
So you had the protein can from Sakura and put the poison in it. Huh.
But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf.
Oh my god, I'm getting confused. I'm getting confused over here. God dang it! I told you that I'm gonna get some stuff confused when it comes to chemicals. So... Okay, let me just concentrate a little bit. Okay.
And because of that, everything I did got found out. And... that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to section C to get the poison. Then moved to section A to get the protein, right?
Right. So let's assume that the broken bottle in the chemistry lab was the poison from the section C. Does that mean that she tried to get another bottle of poison from section C?
Meaning you went from section C to section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
But if that's true, isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
Somebody has to. Makoto has to prove himself that he's a man.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
Shut it. How long? Until we figured it out. Damn straight, Makoto. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. Debate! Oh man. If only the Hope vs. Despair soundtrack played there, that would have been a pretty badass. That would have been pretty badass.
I went to section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from section C to section A. And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
Okay, shut it. You're making me confused over here. I'm sure there's something strange here. Let me just see something once again. I just keep looking at Kyoko's thing over here, because I always forget her examination thing. Sakura suffered 2 blows to the head, not 1. No blood was found on either of her hands. Okay, I don't think that will help me anymore in this case. Someone had left footprints in the powder spilled in the chem lab. These footprints appeared only near the leftmost section of the shelf. From this, it can be assumed that the suspect only had business in this area. I see. There was a broken bottle in front of the chem lab shelf, which was labeled Chem C4. The powder on the floor is assumed to have come from this. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled after the incident took place. What Hina just told us definitely contradicts something I already know.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
I think I...
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
I'm sure there's something strange here. What Hina just told us, it definitely contradicts something I already know.
First, I went to
If only you could tell it, like,
That's when I
straight.
grabbed the poison.
Like, straight up tell it already.
And you spilled some of
You have
the
to make
powder
me
on the
go through
ground
it,
in front of the
sheesh.
shelf.
It's not like I'm a rookie detective over here and I have to figure it out by myself. Obviously.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A.
Oh, here we go. Haha. There you go. I think I get it now.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Indeed. However, the footprints were only in the Section A area.
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A.
There you go.
That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
I mean, it would be possible if she took like 2 bottles of poison, then she accidentally spilled on the ground. But she was farther from the shelf, and she moved into shelf A. Thus, there would be, like, she didn't move directly from Section C to Section A. She stepped backwards and then entered shelf A. That could be it, right? If you were to think about it. Man, Hiro, you're giving me ideas over here, man. Sheesh.
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I left a footprint. Wait, why in the world is she in this? Okay, I assume that she said this. She said this in the class trial, not outside the class trial. Weird. Ah, I see. So she said that she didn't notice she left a footprint. Ah.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well,
You lied to us. Plain and simple.
a.k.a. is getting angry again. Wah wah wah.
If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A.
Oh wow, that could actually be it. Ah, that explains some things that I've been thinking about before. Of course, it could be that the poison bottle was, I mean the powder was already there when Hina entered and only moved to Section A. But then that would mean that she would only get the... She would only be able to get the bottle from Section A. Only the protein.
So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Ah. So that means there is no connection between Hina and Section C. And Section C only has poison. Therefore, it couldn't be that Hina had anything to do with poison whatsoever.
well, you see...
Huh? The room is spinning once again!
What the?
Does not compute! Does not compute! Just wait. a.k.a. is gonna realize he just took the poison himself. Wow.
What the hell? What's going on here?
Whoa! Holy shit! This is like the first time I see a.k.a. in such a state. Wow, a.k.a. For being so confident like you were, you surely dodged a bullet there by not knowing the real full story. For all you could know, you could have drank the poison. You could have drank the poison there and not the protein.
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
Oh.
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Oh, there is.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
Oh?
I did?
You did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Wow. Oh. A truly grave oversight indeed. Like, accidentally drinking the poison from the bottle. It's almost like you dug up your own grave there. Oh! High five, Kyoko.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
Oh, just say it already? You don't want to think for yourself? You're so smart, you cannot even think about it?
I found this.
Huh? A piece of glass?
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle.
What?
And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Okay.
Huh? Me?
Yes, you dingus. Oh my god. This is like, I'm definitely gonna have to screenshot this like 5 times over here. My lord.
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Oh, I will explain the meaning of that shard glass, even though for right now I don't really know what this means. The shard of light blue glass Kyoko found in the bottle of poison. Okay, so we are asking Where did it come from? Light blue glass. The Monokuma bottle, the bottle of poison, the rec room window!
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window!
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
That is indeed a good question.
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it that the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? According to what Hina told us... Oh, right. I remember now. There was a bottle of poison in Section A. I actually forgot about that. She put it back in the Section
on
A.
the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina?
Huh. The picture is getting clearer and clearer.
And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
I see. So the bottle was right there in front of the door. When the window got broken, some glass found its way inside the poison bottle. But then when nobody noticed it, Hina got inside and switched the poison bottle that was there with the protein can. Oh my god, that explains why... Oh my lord.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there.
There it go!
That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast.
We're moving too fast? What's wrong, my baby? My little boy Byakuya? You cannot handle it? Oh, wah wah wah.
I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked?
Because of one obvious thing, Byakuya. There is one obvious clue that will tell us that the protein can was put there.
We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Okay? Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here.
We discovered the protein can after we began our investigation, and Toko and Hiro were already outside. It was only the rest of us that were inside, and they didn't notice it?
Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh. When the others came inside, they didn't notice the protein can.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
We live in the real world, Byakuya. Not in any fantasy fairy tale of yours where you are the perfect one. The ultimate perfection. The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened. And that is the debate. Hope versus despair. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying
The ways that some statements move like that.
planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible.
Wow.
It had to have been in there the whole time.
He is really angry here.
It had to be. It was in there.
Whoa,
before
holy
the door
crap!
was unlocked.
Look at all those statements. Jesus. Man, a.k.a. has the power to move statements like that. Holy shit. Something can prove that someone brought the protein can into the rec room after it was opened.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
Something can prove that someone brought the protein can into the rec room after it was opened.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No.
Hold on a second. What was it? What was Aoi's account? Sakura had written notes to Toko, Byakuya, and Yasuhiro asking them to meet her in the rec room by noon. She had slid these notes underneath each person's room door. No, that's not it. Source of the powder. There was a broken bottle in front of the chem lab shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have to have been spilled after the incident took place. After the incident took place.
It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room.
Maybe this? Nope. What Kyoko said doesn't make any sense to you either, right? My inferences are never wrong. Shoot! Could he be?
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
The empty protein can? Oh! Duh!
So you're saying
Someone planted.
What a big idiot I am!
It had to be.
Alright, Byakuya, this is it!
No, that's wrong.
That was the evidence that I was looking after like all this time! Jesus!
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Yeah!
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
Yep, which proves that the protein can was put there after it was after the locked room was unlocked.
What?
Whoa! Holy shit! Holy crap, that is a new one! He is in shock, ladies and gents. Wow!
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken.
Wow. That is the face of a loser there, Byakuya. You are losing once again. And I thought you were such a challenge before. Pathetic creature.
So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko Earlier, when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it?
Ah, my beautiful angel. Right as always.
As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
Mind blown. I know Hina, right? You and Byakuya cannot fight the true judgment that me, Makoto, and Kyoko represent.
if that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was?
Yep. That explains everything. That explains how the door was locked in the first place. She did it herself.
Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Please. I don't think that such words will work for you anymore.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
Ah, such a low Byakuya. Using the words please instead of order.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
What do you think, Makoto? The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it into the rec room. It had to have been... Let's put the blame on Hiro once again. I am so sick of the camera spinning over again. No! Why me? I mean, yeah, I smashed a ball over her head, but I don't know nothing about no poison. I swear my crystal ball is true. That's right, it was only a glass ball. Then I swear on my glass ball, my broken, shattered, useless glass ball. I swear on my evil burger master. I swear on the spaghetti monster, everything. Why is the camera still spinning? You gotta believe me.
Shoot!
Damn it, Makoto.